So let the videos drop. More and more videos are dropping because people are really actually talking about the trade-in values to get a Galaxy S23 series device, right? And a lot of people are in shock because this year Samsung has, well, not has, but isn't giving much in trade-in credit for previous Samsung Galaxy devices, right? People are reporting that trading in a Galaxy S22 Ultra only yields you about $500 in great condition, right? For the Z Fold 4, it's like, I think what did they say, $750 or something like that. And it has more people in shock because going with the iPhones gets you better credit discount trade-in than going with Galaxy S series devices. People are just in shock, but I think the shock value comes in the fact that people got used. They got used to Samsung Unpacked event unveiling a new Samsung Galaxy S series device, and then people trading in their previous year's model and getting a high value for it, like $900, $800 trading credit. They got used to it, and this is one of the biggest mistakes in the mobile tech space that I feel today, is that people get too comfortable with a specific thing and they feel like that's what it's got to be from now on, when it's furthest from that. The companies at will can change the credit trade-in amount as they see fit. There's no obligation that states, there's no contractual agreement that states, okay, last year's models are always going to give you $900 in credit. It's never said that on Samsung's website. I don't know why people have this mentality like, oh my gosh, you know, screw Samsung this year. Like, no, they're feeling the pinch of the economy the same as you and I are. And 500 is what they can offer as credit trade-in. 500 is what they can offer. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to take it and trade it. Do you have to get the Galaxy S23? In my opinion, compared to last year's S22 models, it's not a significant bump up. It's just like comparing the Pixel 6 to the Pixel 7. The 7 is not a significant bump up to just jump from the 6 to the 7 immediately. It's not one of those, you know, high regard, you must have upgrades. It's not. They are nice phones. They're gonna have new features that seem like they're worth the upgrade, but if you really think about it as a must-have, it's not in the must-have category. It's just nice to have. I don't know. I just think in the tech space that, you know, we have allowed these conditionings to become normalcies when they're really not. They're not at all. As I stated in the beginning, there's no contractual agreement that you're always going to get the highest value of a trade-in. And then sometimes people's perceptions of trade-ins, by the way, on a side note, sometimes is unrealistic, and I see this all the time. I hunt down phones on OfferUp to see what they have out there to find like a really good deal on something, whether it's something used or something brand new. I mean, I hunt down used phones on OfferUp all the time, and I'll see like people with like a Pixel 6a listed for $550, and it's like the phone retails for $449 and you're adding an additional $100 on top of it, but they feel like the phone is worth $550, so they want to go and sell it for $550, and that's just like, there are those people who will buy like a Galaxy Z Fold 4 for like $1,500 and then go back on OfferUp because they need to make money and try to sell it for $1,300, thinking that they've had the phone for like 5 months and it only depreciated $100. Like, no, there are, you know, when you open that box and take that phone out, a drastic amount, I would say at least over 20% of the value of the phone drops as soon as you cut the seals to the box. That's just my opinion. The phone's going to depreciate in value the moment you power it on for the very first time. At the end of the day, people's perceptions of what phone costs are different, and people think differently, right? We can't collectively combine ourselves into one group and make us all think the same thing. That's just ridiculous in and of itself. But I will say that, you know, the constant complaints feel like that, you know, a lot of it is coming from a place of entitlement. And you guys know how I feel about entitlement. I think it's probably one of the most ridiculous things ever. So me personally, I'm just going to tell people out there, you know, it's not a big enough upgrade that you have to get this phone. It is nice to have the latest phone out there. Trust me, I know. But you don't have to. You don't have to trade in either, you know. They have, you know, carrier deals, and the carrier deals, people are also complaining about that because they're like, oh, I can get a better deal going to a carrier financing the phone, but then I'm locked into, you know, a 24-month, 36-month agreement. Well, how else is the company going to make sure that you're going to stay with them for a good length of time for them to make money, right? We don't do early termination fees based on contractual time. We do it on a device contract. That's how it is. Nothing's really switched up. I mean, that whole idea of like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to this carrier because they don't do contracts anymore. Yeah, they still do contracts. This is a thing that I've been telling people for years, and it's like people don't want to hear what the hell I have to say on that. There is contracts still. Contracts still exist. They're just not contracts over time. It is on a device, which makes more sense to do it that way, because if you're going to finance a phone, well then yes, there needs to be a contract in place that says we'll give you the phone to use up front, and you're going to make monthly payments until it's fully paid off on this date. At the end of the day, the complaining and stuff like that is not going to change Samsung's opinion on things. And on top of that too, you also have to realize that you don't have to get the newest phones right now, like this specific moment. You don't need to be a part of the pre-order squad. I know it's nice to feel like you belong to a group and everything like that. You're part of the pre-order squad. But you know what? You can wait 3, 4, 5 months and wait and see what kind of deals they're going to have at the end. There's no guarantees there's going to be an even better deal then. But if what's being offered right now doesn't seem enticing to you, what's the harm in waiting? Especially if you're an S22 owner, what's the harm in waiting a couple more months, right? Spring deals coming up, summer deals coming up. What's the harm in waiting? So I say it like this: it doesn't surprise me that things have changed when it comes into the trade-in value of the phones. And for those people that just like huffing and puffing and making a lot of noise on social media, like it is kind of funny to read your guys' thoughts on it, you know, not being disrespectful, I'm just saying, because the level of entitlement is unreal. You know, you can go to Samsung's website and look at it. Never ever did it ever say that previous S models were guaranteed $900 credit trade-in or $800 credit trade-in. Like, I don't know where some people are coming with that. I mean, yeah, they were doing it for the last couple of years, but not this year, and they're not obligated to. So think about that for a minute.